Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and friends, and occasionally just someone who's saying, what's this all about? What's inconvenient ideas all about? Well, it's just a way for us to have a conversation about something that will perhaps lead to maybe even a little bit of a transformation in your life from time to time. Maybe just a small adjustment in your thinking, at least, maybe, for today. This was a significant weekend. It was full of news and information. First of all, obviously, the World's Cup is continuing, and we're going to see where that goes for the many fans that are involved in that. Then it appears that we're going to finally get to something in the Iran war, which might lead to a little bit of a conflagration. Maybe Donald Trump is going to say, finally, I'm done making deals. And then he does something that oftentimes people need to do. Says, this is the deal. You know, first of all, there is the art of the deal. And we should all learn that artistic form. You know, Donald Trump was right with his book. Life is full of deals, and we have to make deals and accept deals and perhaps see what we can do with the deals that are coming our way in life. Good idea. But sometimes maybe what we have to do is we just have to simply say it's not the art of the deal or let's make a deal. Sometimes we may have to say, here is the deal. Now let's do something about that. And the consequences will be whatever they will be. So that could happen within this week. It appears that we might have a real deal done in some way, good or bad for whoever. We will see what will happen. But of course, the weekend was taken up by a very unusual thing, but not unusual at all. We all know, if you're watching the news at all, that the very prominent American politician and senator, Lindsey Graham, uh, just died very quickly. And thank goodness they're getting to people and saying, hey, we think this is the cause, this is the reason, because otherwise, obviously, there will be a whole lot of speculation, and that's never helpful for any kind of conversation. Uh, Mr. Graham came home, and after a very exhausting trip to Ukraine, and in terms of that situation, uh, came home and talked to the president and went to bed, and he died. He just died. And now it appears that they have some idea of what caused it, but that is so very unusual in the sense, not that someone died, but they're perfectly healthy, looking just fine, and then all of a sudden, boom. Well, of course, what this does for all of us is just exactly what the title is all about. From time to time, we're going to have what we oftentimes call, you know, kind of a MOM, a moment of mortality, in which we really realize that, yeah, we are mortal, and that the death deal will come to us all, and sometimes it will come to us when we least expect it. I remember one man who told me that the fact that he had a 3 month deal in terms of his cancer. And I said, what do you mean you got a good deal? And he said, well, let me tell you why it's a good deal. I'm going to die, but now I've got 3 months to get ready, to clean up the mess, to do the best I can to leave well, and make it a pleasant time in the sense that there is renewed love and admiration and conversation. Um, so maybe the fact that I know I'm going to die and it's going to be soon is a good thing. It's a good thing compared to, the person who just without warning to themselves, they're just gone in either illness or an accident, uh, just bang. Well, that's an idea for a conversation. As one person then said to me, he said, "Well, sometimes we better be very, very careful if that we are in a situation where there is some stuff that needs to be addressed in our life and relationships, and we haven't done it. Maybe we ought to be aware that the moment of our mortality may come to us at any time. And perhaps we better do a better job of being in the right place, in the right relationship with the things that are important to us, that are priority to us, that we've done something that puts them in place and space." I think that's probably something that I did, and I imagine many of you did too. You know, Mr. Lindsey Graham is younger than me, um, and I'm in good health too, and keeping busy. But maybe, just maybe, I haven't had a heart condition check. Could that or tear in an aorta come to me very soon? All of us need to know that we don't stop living because we're going to be someday dying. But from time to time, uh, when something happens to Mr. Lindsay and his family, and blessings on him, that we are reminded of the gift of life and the inevitability of our mortality. And so perhaps that's something that we should just think about as we're thinking about how we're going to leave our legacy and how we're going to live our life. And in the midst of that, this is going to age me and you. But interestingly enough, um, those of us who kind of, are we were people of the 60s and 70s and maybe 80s. Then there was one of those things that come across. My wife was picking it up, and there was the story. It said this was the birthday of Farrah Fawcett. Now, some of us, okay, many of you know, Farrah Fawcett was the pinup girl. You know, the the beauty on the wall on many of the dormitories and men's dormitories. She was that particular person, and this would have been her birthday, and she would have been 79. It's hard to think about, but of course, that's true. But unfortunately, Farrah Fawcett is not with us because Farrah Fawcett died at the age of 62 of a very, very, very bad form of cancer. Beautiful woman, beautiful actress, best of life. Mortality came, and it came very early, and it came very painfully. Um, we grieve for things that happen like that, but perhaps it reminds us to count our blessings if we're in good health and doing well, and also reminds us that we are here to always be aware of that for ourselves and that for others, and to see if that will cause us to live just a little bit differently, just a little bit every day. Uh, so there we go. Two stories that perhaps remind us, here we go, into the week of our mortality. Just an idea for your thought and consideration. An inconvenient idea, for sure, but perhaps a good idea to remember that and live fully now. Live fully alive now. Best and blessings to you for Inconvenient Ideas. This is Stan for What It Takes Radio. We're in the business of helping you uh, build a better life, a better business, and to do so in such a way that you do make a difference and that you do live fully alive. See if I can help you. There's a variety of things we can do for you right now for your life and business. Reach out to me at stan@witradio.net, stan@witradio.net. And for the What It Takes Radio Network, this has been another edition of Inconvenient Ideas. Bold thoughts, real truth for a better future. Bye for now.